Hey guys, what is going on? This is Carnalbird5, and this is going to be episode 2 of our MVP series. We're going to be playing another subscriber today. Before we get into the game, I do want to show you the changes I made to my team. Starting in the bullpen, I added Kelvin Herrera. I also added Chapman, and I added the 92 Billy Wagner since he was a little bit cheaper. Also, offensively, we added Jim Edmonds, 90 overall, and we also added Pablo Sandoval. So I looked at some of your guys' suggestions. A lot of you guys just said, do what you do. And you guys liked my original proposal, but I also saw a few people bring up Pablo Sandoval, so we're gonna go with him. That was a really great suggestion by you guys. So what we do is we look at their market value based on their original position. So Edmonds, for example, we would look at 90 overall center fielders, and we would just basically estimate. And we just try to be fair about it. I also forgot to mention that I had a 5K additional in stubs to use. I forgot to mention the fact that if you win a game, you still get 5K. I didn't add that in total last time. So we actually had 42K to spend, so it worked out. We got Chapman for 13K, Edmonds for 10K, Metz Wagner for 8K, Herrera for 3K, and Flashback Pablo for 7K. Those were our estimated prices on those cards. So our team improved, I'd say, pretty well. Now we have a much more balanced lineup. It's lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, and then we got a switch hitter at the end. Our defense got a little bit better. I took out Piscotty. It was a really difficult choice between Piscotty and Adam Jones, but I went ahead and kept Adam Jones in there because he is still playing up today and his defense is still pretty good. So I like him in center field still because he has good defense. So him and Edmonds should do a good job in the outfield for me defensively. Piscotty's defense was so-so. That was a tough choice for me to make, though. And I took out Wilson Ramos, too, for Pablo. So I got Pablo catching. Anyways, guys, our team is set. This is, still our team. This is our rotation. No changes to anything else. I do want to remind you guys that when you're offering suggestions for the upgrades, just make sure they're not, subtle changes. Because, I saw a lot of you guys, saying I should go get Daniel Murphy or Ben Zobrist because they're cheap. Well, the thing is, I can only upgrade one time out of position. So if I just spend a measly 2K stubs to get, a minor upgrade, which I consider the live series Zobrist, just a minor upgrade. Because Trevor Story, guys, he has a lot of power at second base. I really don't need to go out and get the upgrade at all, really, I think. I don't know, maybe down the road, but things like that, guys. And you guys told me to get Hosmer, which, yeah, I love Hosmer, but again, look at Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman's better, honestly better today. So, yeah, just think about that when you're making the suggestions. We're going to try to get big upgrades at positions because we only can upgrade one time. So just keep that in mind. Anyways, we're going to get on to the game. Yo, guys, what is going on? So let's go ahead and get into the game here. My opponent's team name is the Cubs. He's got a pretty good lineup. He has Ichiro, Chris Bryant, Rizzo, Cespedes, Murphy, Bogarts, Cargo, and Johnny Bench. And, of course, pitching Arrieta. I hate facing the sinker ballers, guys. Last game I had to face one. Held me in check, so yeah, wasn't looking forward to facing another sinker baller. And for ourselves, we are pitching Tanner Roark as he gets the first batter of the game. Ichiro looking at that sinker. Now, Tanner Roark does have a pretty good sinker himself, and that's one reason I put him in my rotation, as he gets another strikeout with a curveball there. So far he's cruising. But he does have a pretty good sinker. He's not the greatest pitcher, but he gets a job done. And Anthony Rizzo drives one into the gap. It's going to be a double with 2 outs in the first inning. Now, let's talk about my opponent a little bit. His name is Milf Hunter with a bunch of 69s in there. But he's a pretty good player, man. He's only a 17-11. By the way, he gets a single here. Big play of the game here. This is a huge play of the game. And we throw him out. I don't think he should have sent him, but we throw the runner out there and keep it scoreless. But, yeah, he was a really good hitter. He was only 17-11. And, yeah, I don't know. Really, honestly, he might... I don't want to compare my opponents, but he's not a 17-11 player in my eyes. So he played really well. And we're facing Arrieta here. And I'm just trying to get something going with A-Rod. Just trying to get something. I don't even know if I have a hit with him so far in this series. We get a hanging curveball there, and we line out. That's going to be the story of the game, guys. We have a lot of lineouts, and I know I bitch a lot about lineouts, but it's part of the game. It's in there, and I'm going to bitch about it. So, opponent does get a base hit there with Murphy. This is a second inning, 1-2 count. Still have Tanner Roark going. It's a weak fly ball to right field for Edmonds to catch there. So far, Tanner Roark's doing okay. He gets in a little bit of trouble right here. I throw a sinker in on the hands of the bench, and he hit it out. Good hit by him. I was not expecting him to hit that. So, really good hit by him. He goes up 2-0. And at this point, I'm already thinking about going to my bullpen. And I'm glad I made the upgrades I did, because the bullpen it's just a huge necessity for this team, because I do not have the rotation. I don't have the stubs to upgrade my rotation right now. So I knew if I was going to get into the slightest bit of trouble, I was going to go to my bullpen immediately. I have a bunch of studs out there, so definitely comes into a factor later. I walked the leadoff guy, and then a couple batters later, he rips another single. My guys are playing so deep on this. I don't even know if it's worth it playing that deep, but he rips another single with Rizzo. So he's got first and second. We got a full count here on Cespedes. I thought he might have offered, but he checked the swing. So we got bases loaded against Daniel Murphy, and I'm like, nah, not doing this. We're going to our stud right now. I know a lot of you guys may be like, oh, you're going to Chapman this early, blah, blah, blah. That's how I play, guys. I go to my best pitchers when I need them the most, and right now, I don't want this game to get out of hand. I need Chapman the most, so we get a 1-0 count on Murphy. I throw a slider down and away. Hits a little dribbler in front of the catcher, but we turn an amazing double play there. That's the Chapman to Sandoval to Freeman. What an amazing turn there, and got me out of a huge jam. So that was a big momentum swing in the game, in my opinion. He left some runners on those first few innings, but once we went to our bullpen, his bat started to cool down a little bit. He still has Arrieta going on the mound. Worked it to a full count here, and we did a double switch. This was a key double switch because it allowed Chapman to pitch, I think, 2+ innings for me, and I put Fowler in center field over Adam Jones. So this was a huge double switch for me. We get a full count. We work the count without Dexter Fowler.
Stretch.
We get one up in the zone and we drive it out.
Get on back there. They look
that
up.
was a huge,
you can
huge
put it on the
move
ball.
in the game. You guys, double
Yeah.
switching. If you don't know how to do it, learn to do it. It's so crucial in these games with no DHs. Like, you have to learn how to double switch. And we get another lineout. Lots of lineouts this game. But I can't complain. Actually, yeah, I can, because I'm going to complain a lot. Another lineout. So lots and lots of lineouts, especially like the first 4 innings. But we're moving right along here. We still got Chapman on the mound. I thought he was going to run this out. I think that was Bogarts, but Jake Lamb made a nice backhand, and I didn't think he'd have the arm strength to get him out, but he did. We got a full count here. I think that was Johnny Bench. We just threw a high fastball and got him swinging. Moving right along. Now, a lot of these clips, guys, I'm going to show you early in the game because a lot of action here in these first, 4 innings. Trevor Story came up huge for me this game. He had 3 hits as he drives a single to left field there. Here we did a hit and run, and I was like, that's going to go in the gap. I'm like, yeah, we're going to tie it up. Like, nope, another line out. I had to retreat my runner. Yeah, the lineouts are really big early on. I'm not sure if that another lineout. I couldn't even finish my sentence before we hit into another lineout. So, 4th inning, 2 outs. We already have 5 or 6 lineouts. Finally get one to go through with Jake Lamb. So we got first and second with 2 outs. We get a pass ball. We get a 3-1 count on Pablo. He gets a clutch base hit. I decided to go ahead and test the Ichiro here. It was kind of silly, I guess, but it was a really close play at the plate. I didn't think he'd have the momentum regardless of his arm strength. Probably shouldn't have sent him, but hindsight is 20/20. I don't know. I probably would have challenged him every time. But now we bring in our other stud we just added to our team, and that is Billy Wagner. He gets a strikeout there. Moving right along in the 5th. He's got Tony Watson in. I think that was Freddie Freeman. Yeah, he ripped the double into the gap. Freddie Freeman's doing really well for me, too. And he hits lefties fine, in my opinion. Him and Saunders both. Now we have our MVP up. Let's see if we can do anything. Nope, roll over. So far, it's been disappointing with A-Rod. I've lined out a few times with him. I've worked a walk, have an RBI, but nothing big yet. Edmonds, I got under this a little bit, so Edmonds flies out to right field here. Still going to be 2-2 going into the 6th inning. We still have Wagner going, though. Chapman did a great job, so Wagner... I think Chapman got me through the 5th, and then I brought Wagner in for a few innings. He did a great job. Really messed up his lineup, too. Trevor Story rips another single to right field there. But, yeah, my bullpen saved me, guys. It really messed up his lineup. He was substituting a lot of guys, and it just helped me so much. Here we hit into an inning double play, of course. A lot of those. We had a couple double plays this game as well. So we're having some tough luck, but, we got a battle. We can't make excuses. I'm always going to bitch about lineouts because I feel like it's too much, but... in the middle of a game, you can't worry about that. You just got to play. It happens. We get a generous call 3rd strike there, Herrera. He's so dirty. Get a ground out to A-Rod. Our MVP throws out the runner to first. So, like I said, once we went to our bullpen, we held this guy in check. Now, we have Andrew Miller facing Jake Lamb. This is a pretty good AB here. I decided to leave Jake Lamb in because, he has 72 power. I feel like I'm not going to, go crazy and sub all these guys out. I'm just going to leave my lefties in because he's still going to have to use his righties in the bullpen eventually. So 1-1 count here. He throws a slider in the dirt. So we got a 2-1 count here. Of course, we're really going to fastball middle in. That's all we're looking for right here. And bam, middle in.
Ball hit high and deep. Stretch. Stretch.
3-2.
Get on back there. They look up. You can
That was
put
a
it on the
clutch hit by
ball.
the man. Like, I like hitting lefty on
Yeah.
lefty. I almost like it better than righty on righty. We have Herrera in the game now. Another addition to our bullpen. He gets the called third strike there on the outside edge. Next inning, Trevor Story off Chapman. Again, man, this guy was a super clutch for me. Had 3 hits. And here we have another lefty-lefty matchup. It's Freddie Freeman versus Chapman. Like I said, I feel comfortable hitting lefty on lefty. He's throwing some sliders away. I was able to lay off, so we get ourselves to a hitter's count. 2-1 count here. Really good fastball in. We get a low fastball middle in. We turn on it. So, yeah, like I'm not too worried about facing lefties anymore. And here we hit into, it wasn't a double play, but there was already 2 outs. So, but we hit the ball pretty hard there. I think that was A-Rod again. We hit it sharply to third base again. I don't think we had, I think we may have had 1 ground ball hit. Feels like I'm not getting many ground ball hits lately. But again, you can't make excuses. You got to battle back. We have a 1-run lead trying to close this out. We got Carter Capps on the mound. The 1-1 count. We hung a slider a little bit to Nelson Cruz, and I was like, oh shoot, tie game. Tie game. No, it stayed in. Look at that. Oh, it stayed in. I was like, just keep him at third. Keep him at third. We can pitch out of this. Let's get it to home. And look at that. Yep, that happened. I'm not sure what the heck that was, but yeah. Inside the park home run for Cespedes. Woo! Awesome. So we got a tie game. Again, we can't worry about that. We got to keep battling. He's hitting Carter Capps pretty well. Daniel Murphy rips a single into right field. And I'm just thinking, well, I got to pitch Capps, man. I don't really have many guys left in my bullpen to try to get out of this inning. I throw a slider down and away. I knew he was looking fastball there. Get him the swing and miss. Nelson Cruz up 2 outs, and I was like, oh, God. Like, is that going? Is that going? Is that off the wall? Dexter Fowler comes up clutch with a catch on his own. I'm so surprised there. I thought I was for sure off the wall. Dexter Fowler coming up clutch again. Makes that big play. Keeps the score at 3-3. And we're going into the bottom of the ninth now. He walks the leadoff man. He brought in Craig Kimbrell. Pablo, there's a ground ball hit. Speaking of ground ball hits, we got one there. Pablo rips a single into right field. We got 2 on. Dexter Fowler lays down a nice bunt. Good job by Fowler, man. He came in and just made plays for me. Gets the bunt down. He walks the next guy, Michael Saunders. And guys, look who's coming up, our MVP. Let's go. This is big AB for our MVP. Let's see if he can do anything here. I'm looking dead heat. I'm not going to lie. And look at that. First pitch, he throws a knuckle curve in the dirt. And that's going to walk it off. Not exactly what we were looking for with our MVP. But we did get a walk-off win, so that is going to add some stubs. So, yeah. So, basically, guys, here's how many stubs we earned this game. We got the walk-off win. We got the win, so we got 4 runs, which is 20,000 stubs. We got a walk-off win, which was 10,000, and we got a win that was 5,000. So that's 35,000 stubs. Now, guys, I'm going to have to ask you again to help me think of some upgrades. I think I should go get a starting pitcher like Strasburg, and I think I should slowly start adding to my rotation before we get into this YouTube tournament. So let me know what you guys think. And again, guys, thanks for watching the video. Make sure to like and sub if you enjoyed it. This is Cardinal Bird 5 signing out. Peace.